Not many tickets left.
Fuck no, bruh. Pretty much fuck all lid.
And Wollongong and Newcastle get ready for another show.
No, we actually can't.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Because we're going back to back to back to back.
Back to back to back.
Maybe you can squeeze one in Wollongong. Maybe.
Maybe.
Get your tickets, you mad dog. Should we open this up?
Before we open it up, I don't want to part forever. I just want to keep parting your name until you part back home.
Whoa.
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 I just want to keep parting your name until you part back home.
This has come from Jordan Punter. Shout out Jordan Punter. Their address is...
I thought it was Jordan Dunter.
Nah, it says a P here, mate. They're all the way from Perth, right?
Would you like something to open that with?
They've taped this up well, brother. You got to guess what you think it is. I've got an idea of what I'm pretty sure it is.
I'm going to go shirts or a painting.
Bruh. Packed it with lollies for starters.
Yum!
There you go, brother.
Ow! Yum!
For those who don't know, I don't like lollies unless they're minties, but don't send them to me anyways. I'll get tempted.
Yummy!
Pat, Will, and producer Kyle. You know what? This is a fucking package right here, bro.
This is Harry Potter. Hey.
This is how it's done.
Wait. Before you keep
going. A handwritten letter.
Before you keep going.
What's pissing you off, is it?
Just interrupt. All good.
This pisses me off, actually.
I just want to say this. If
Fucking
you're a
taking
fucking
the
you
spotlight
wouldn't
off Jordan.
No, you're not. No, you're not a you wouldn't. This is our first you wouldn't. Or there's a few you wouldn't.
Dear Pat and Will, I hope you enjoy the painting. I would like to thank you for providing me with many laughs from the pod. It has definitely got me through a very hard year. Keep doing what you do because you're both so funny. Love heart. Can't wait for the next Perth show.
Next.
Much love, Jordan.
Well,
thank you, Jordan. That's beautiful.
Jordan, you're amazing. You're an incredible person.
Wait till we see the painting first.
I'm going to be honest as well.
Oh, fucking hell, cunt. Shout out to Australia Post. I'm posting a really funny TikTok tonight, bro. Really funny TikTok.
Don't mind us, boss. Just opening a package.
I'm posting a fucking funny TikTok tonight, bro. That's all I'll say.
Don't break it. Be careful. Be careful, Paddy.
Stop and stare.
Jesus fucking hell, it's painting.
But I'm here, not there. And I know that everyone gets scared.
Jesus fucking hell.
This comes from, wow, I'm assuming it's a girl because of the writing.
Can I have a look?
I just got to tell you what it tears back to.
Okay.
A great comment from the great Musafa.
No way.
I don't like to think about things that are negative. I just want to think about the positives because I'm more of a positive, chill person than a negative person, XX. From the
that
go.
is so
Isn't that fucking amazing,
awesome.
bro?
Yes.
And dude, she's hand-painted that. Isn't that fucking
Don't put
cool?
your finger on it like that, bro.
I'll put my finger in your ass if you don't watch your fucking tone.
Yeah, do it, and then I'll twerk on it and you'll shit everywhere. Oh, mate, I don't know.
Isn't that cool?
I don't like to think about the things that are negative. I just want to think about the positives because I'm more of a positive, chill person than a negative person.
XX.
That's fucking sick.
Now, there's two
Was that in the
beautiful
Facebook
things
group?
about... Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what Musafa commented on one of the posts. And we said, we need to get this framed. And Jordan's come in clutch and actually done it. That needs to belong really... That deserves a special
shelves.
spot. Yeah, we need...
Why the fuck do we have the smallest table in the world?
Because we make the least money in the studio, so we've got the smallest set. Tell me I'm fucking wrong. Boss is laughing at us. Got what's left.
Boss,
So
would you
just
like a snake?
the runts of the litter over here? But we do need to upgrade. We do need to
Or a
update
Sour
the set.
Patch? Or an Allen snake?
Oh, that's a great poster. I fucking love it, man. That is sound, man. Now, there's another thing I'd like to propose, and it actually works out perfect that Eddie's in the studio because Eddie was there for the original, and don't start popping that on fucking microphone.
Just wait. One big
Do
one.
a bit of ASMR. Oh,
How's that?
Good.
One more. Ready, guys?
Oh, nice. Now, Kyle, who's a fucking great producer, I wouldn't trade him for the world. And he made a bet that he had to go skydiving, and he lived up to his word, and he did it. But since then, since nothing's been on the line,
downhill.
He's been caught lacking a few times. He uploaded the podcast on a Saturday morning.
You listening to this, boss? Uploaded the podcast too early on a Saturday.
Uploaded the bean. Listen, the bean spillers pay their hard-earned money to get content. He uploads the audio.
Muted.
No audio on a podcast. Fancy that. How's that work?
No audio.
There was one other thing. As of recent.
There was a flashing or a beeping, or there was some sort of issue, and Kyle's like working on it now, I believe. There was something to do with a beeping or a...
No, I think there's just been the two.
Now, that would entice me to offer and propose that a new bet gets put on the table.
Oh, no, I'll tell you what
that seemed to bring the best out of Kyle.
I'll tell you what the third thing was that you're thinking of. We had Cody fill in last Friday. We brought up something.
No, this is just room for improvement for
No,
Kyle.
but that's what I'm saying. We brought something up. We were talking about it. I turned to the screen. Cody's brought it up. There was no Kyle bring it up. There was no, can we get a look at this? Cody had it up.
Ready to go.
Yeah,
Ready
but that's
to look
more
at.
of a,
You know what it was?
That's a compliment to Cody, that's not on me.
It was like you play reserve grade every week, right? Or you play A-League every week. And then all of a sudden, you wake up and you're in the EPL or you're in State of Origin. That's what it felt like having Cody next to you.
Yeah.
You're in the fucking big leagues, mate. So I would like to put forward that we do another bet with Kyle. Dare I propose bungee jumping?
Fuck off. No.
Bungee jumping.
I should never have made that skydiving bet, so you're lucky there's even been one.
Mate, skydiving in Queenstown.
Also, I feel like me going skydiving has just made up for all the errors, like
Fuck no.
in all of time. It's like Jesus
It made
died
up
for
for the
everyone's
one error.
sins.
I think if there was to be a bet, we're both on the line. Me and Pat versus Kyle. If Kyle doesn't make a mistake until a certain amount of time, you and I have to go bungee jumping. If
No,
Kyle,
not bungee jumping because I want to bungee jump. So that's sweet for me.
I don't want to bungee jump.
Like I would happily bungee jump. Like I would be fucking shitting it, of course, but like I wouldn't care if I lost the bet. You know what I mean? I'd probably rather lose and get a free bungee.
What about this? If I don't stuff
I'm
up...
not putting a spider on my face, but you can actually go fuck yourself, bro.
Is that what you're about to say?
Yeah.
Spider's too far.
Yeah, that bet has to be if I do something. You know what I mean? Not that can't
Yeah, but
solely
why would
rely
I
on
make a
you.
bet just against myself?
No, there can be a consequence for me and Will. There can
What
definitely
are we
be a
going to agree on?
consequence.
How about this? I've got it. I've 100% got it. Kyle makes the mistake. He goes bungee jumping. Mm-hmm. He doesn't make the mistake. I go bungee jumping. And we do an episode in drag. That's equivalent. I do not want to go bungee. He does not want to go bungee.
That's pretty good.
You don't want to do a drag episode, which, by the way, the whole audience wants us to.
No, they don't. Do you know how
Yes.
many comments I've seen being like, give it up, bro? No one gives a fuck.
Oh, cool. Maybe one
'cause it
or
doesn't
two.
work with
No,
you.
you've probably seen one or two.
No, I reckon probably five.
Kyle, do you reckon 99% of the you wouldn't want to see Pat in
Yeah,
drag?
yeah. The poll...
Like, no shit,
I don't think
mate.
anyone voted
We're
no
not doing
on
an
the poll.
episode about drag. We're just doing an episode and we
Well,
have
we've
to...
already got
And
my
you-
name.
no,
Will,
and
you're
you
gonna
have
love
to-
Do you know my drag name? Anita Rim.
It's hilarious. Anita Rim needs to come out. So that's what's going to
What
happen.
about this? Pat has to also do a song Friday night karaoke in the drag.
Oh my God, at Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Well, I fucking own that stage. I've got a plaque of me up on that stage.
That's the bet, and the bet's locked in.
And it's-
when?
yeah.
When? What's the timeline?
6 weeks from today.
6 weeks, mate. Fuck your mum. It's got to be at least 6
That's
months.
only 12 records.
Yeah.
That's not much. It's got to be 20
I
episodes.
reckon it's the end. I reckon it's November.
That
November.
No.
We'll discuss this and we'll come back. We'll
Yeah.
probably sit down and sign a contract.
I also feel like mine shouldn't be bungee jump. That's too similar to skydiving.
Yeah, but that's the whole idea.
That's the whole. I reckon it's arguably scarier.
It's way scarier.
Yeah, it almost is.
It's probably scarier.
We could do that swing together, Kyle. The big New Zealand swing. Oh, I
Are
don't
we
want
all
to
going to go to New Zealand? Are we going to do it?
I want to go to New Zealand.
Oh, let's go to New Zealand. We'll go at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll come back, sign a contract, and then
Well, let me
that's
say
that. Thanks for
something.
listening,
On
guys.
Sunday, I decided to get out in nature. And I went for a hike. I hopped on the car.
What an awful way to spend your Sunday.
Hopped in the car.
It's almost up there with waking up on a Sunday, putting on your fucking Leica and cycling for 200 kilometres.
Oh, you know who I'd love to send straight to hell?
Cyclists?
Have you seen Cycling Mickey, the guy on TikTok? And he just records people and he goes around and he's like, he just basically harasses
Cody would have had it
people.
up by now.
I'm getting it, mate.
He's the worst bloke. He's like, are you on your phone? And they're like, and then this
While
woman
driving or something?
Yeah, this woman was like hysterical in her car. She was like, yeah, my daughter, she's blah, blah, blah. And he's like, right, well, you're in trouble now. I'm going to report you. He's just,
Why'd you do a South African accent?
Because that's how he speaks. He's South African.
Oh, he's South African.
Yeah.
He looks like a proper fucking dickhead with a
Click on the one with a
GoPro
bunch
on
of
his head.
views, like 3.5 million, second row.
Okay.
Oh, I
that's
love that.
fucking
No,
fair
no, this
enough.
is just him getting bashed. I love these.
Okay, this
That's
one is
satisfying.
fucking fair enough.
Okay, go back.
Get one where he's blowing up at someone.
1.1 mil. Yeah, there you go.
No, you don't.
Oh, don't
this
touch
one
my
you're
car, you fucking cunt. I'd be fuming.
Look what he does.
65 VRP. Thank you. You've seen the videos, huh?
Oh, what's happening, bud?
He's just standing in the middle of the
Yeah, but
road.
why? Like, can we give context here? What's this fuckwit doing?
You see
That's-
the keep left sign?
That's what
No,
he
you
does.
don't.
Oh, she's on the wrong side of the
Go
road.
back.
No, give way.
Go back.
No, she's on the wrong
No.
side of the road.
Go back. No. Go back.
But who are you to do this, cunt? Like, fuck off. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that would piss me off.
Back you go.
C-
Back you go. Very dangerous what she's doing. Back
He's the
you go.
worst.
Oh, no, he
go.
pisses me off, bro.
Yeah.
If I want to go on the wrong side of the road, I will.
100% I will.
And don't fucking tell me otherwise.
Anyway, I woke up and I went out. There was about 7 of us. And I was told we met at 9 a.m. So I woke up at 8 for this shit. Drove an hour south to Waterfall. It was going to be a couple-hour hike. We'd be sweet. And now when I picture hiking, I picture trails, I picture waterfalls. And that was for some of it the vibe.
Path.
A path. There was no path.
Okay.
And as you know, it had been raining quite a lot. And there was like a few floods. Crazy rain. So a lot of the trail had been wiped away.
Right.
When I tell you my arms, legs, everything about me got slashed to death, the hike that I was promised to be 2 hours ended up being 5.5. All day walking through the bush. I did 26,000 steps. That's the most steps I've ever done in my life. And I want to say fuck hiking and fuck anyone that thinks it's fun. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, no, listen, I don't know what else to fucking say to you. I think it would be nice if there is a nice carved out path. You know, maybe a little walk through the Blue Mountains. You know what I mean? That's nice.
That's what I was going
That's
for.
what you're expecting. But I don't need a machete to be cutting through fucking terrain.
Dude, we would walk like probably 8 minutes through thick, dense bush, and then someone would go, we've gone the wrong way, turn around,
Oh, fuck
and we'd
off.
walk back the same way.
I can't believe you stayed the whole time.
I couldn't escape. I was deep in the middle of nowhere with no reception.
Fuck, that's awful.
I couldn't have turned around. I would have gotten lost.
Now you're lost.
I was fully in it.
Lost in the thrill of it all. Cole, you strike me as a bit of a hiker, bro.
Glengarry.
Oh, I haven't been hiking since Glengarry.
Yeah, no, that doesn't count. We did fucking Somerset in school.
Oh, so did we. That was our year 7 one.
Year 7?
Yeah.
I was like our year 9 one, maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And you do like 5-day like hikes and canoes and shit.
Yeah, it's cute.
It was fun, but like it's an effort.
Yeah.
Fucking mish.
I mean, compared to Glengarry, it's cute.
24-hour Rogaine.
Yeah. 3-day solo.
Yeah.
Caving.
Sounds awful.
You're
You're claiming that.
No, I mean,
That's
it was
a
an
form of
experience. I
fucking-
managed to finish it.
I reckon
Your
in
boss,
the next 10 years, that'll be fucking
your boss did it
ruled
as
out.
well.
Yeah.
Boss, thoughts on Glengarry?
It's fucking woeful is what
I'll
it
eat a
is.
knife then. All good.
This is something I want to talk about. So there's Australia, we're known for sports. We're a great sporting nation. There's a man at the top called Ange Postecoglou, right? And he's obviously a coach.
Yeah.
Now, for those who don't know, I believe he coached the A-League, just completely annihilated. Obviously did some other stuff and then got a job with Tottenham Hotspurs, who are a...
No, okay, hang on. He coached in the A-League, then I'm pretty sure he coached Australia. Then he coached Celtic, which is the biggest Scottish team biggest Scottish team.
Yeah.
Won them a bunch of titles.
Yeah.
Then he got the Tottenham job.
And he got the Tottenham job. Tottenham are fucking... like considered a high-profile EPL club, right?
Of course they are. They've got the most expensive stadium in the world. They've got the best football stadium in the world. Some of the best players in the world.
And so he's been there for 2 years. They come 17th in the EPL.
The worst ever. That's
But
inexcusable.
then they win their first ever trophy in like 30 years or something, right?
Well, yeah.
Which was like the Tier 2 Champions League. So like, is
European
it a pretty big trophy?
Not really.
But it's pretty decent.
Yeah, you'd be stoked if you won it.
Okay,
if you
so-
were them.
Is it, because I've seen a lot of people blowing up about the sacking. Because I'm not a soccer person, I want to know, what do you think of it? Like, do you think
Like,
it's
you need
fair?
to say he's been sacked.
So yeah, he got sacked. And
After
everyone's like,
winning
well,
them
they've
their
just
first
won.
ever trophy.
Yeah, he's just won the trophy, but he got sacked because they came 17th.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think? Like, do you think this is fair as a soccer person? I want to know the ins and outs. I want to know the fucking details. Was Ange hard done by, or
No. I love Ange. He's a great personality. You can't come 17th, and you can't play the football that he does. Because here's what happens now. Tottenham are in the Champions League, which means they're in the biggest competition
In the world.
You need a manager that is going to take these players and either compete in the Champions League or make sure that they're able to
But
keep
how do we know
qualifying.
Ange won't compete when he's just won the tier below it?
Because there's not really much competition in the Europa League. Like, Tottenham should be winning that trophy on
They
paper.
beat
were-
Man U, didn't
They
they?
were the favourite. Yeah, Man U came 16th. And they were also... Tottenham were the favourites going into that competition anyway, on odds-on favourites.
Right.
So he went in as the favourites and won, which is still, anything can happen. But, when you get this opportunity, because Tottenham, fucking hell, like, so far off, they're now bringing in a manager who is a freak and someone that's going to be able to, like, compete in the league and change up his style of play. Ange did great, but I don't think he's suited for the... He did what he had to do.
It's pretty harsh, but fuck.
But that's the sport, bruh.
Yeah, but what more do you want, bro? You bring, like, and again, I don't know because I don't know how bad's coming 17th in the EPL is, but it's like, it's not bad to win your first major trophy in however long, just to be told to get fucked, politely.
Okay, it would be like this. Oh, there's only one NRL competition.
That's what I
isn't
mean.
there?
It's too hard. You can't.
It's too
compare it.
hard.
You can't, because that's where I see it. Where it's like and again, I guess the EPL is equivalent to the NRL, so it's like if you came 17th, fair
Okay,
enough.
how about this?
But
It would be like this. Would you want to change coaches if the Roosters won the minor premiership every year and then got knocked out in the first round of knockouts every time? That's the vibe. It's like, yeah, we keep winning the minor premiership. We don't ever win a game after that. You're always knocked out.
Yeah, okay.
You'd be like, we got to change something.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the
it's
vibe.
it's tough. So you reckon he'll stay in the EPL?
Maybe. Hopefully. I'd love him. He's got such character.
Sick cunt, I reckon. His interviews are funny. And everyone's singing the Angels remix of him, bruh. He's
Wait,
so
what's that?
funny.
I'm
So
love.
I'm loving Big Ange instead, bruh. And it's like, full sit there, bruh.
Bro.
Laughing. I reckon it's so... Soccer chants
So
are out of this
funny.
world, bro. I would love to be in, like... What, do they have Facebook groups or something? Like, how
Yeah,
do they
they
all learn
make-
the chant?
Dude, there's one
And
that's
they all
like...
sit at home and rehearse them? Like...
There's one he's like, he's got no neck. He's Nathaniel. Oh, he's got no neck, but he's got a huge wang. Let's all go, Nathaniel Mendez Lang. They're so funny. Or like, Adebayor, Adebayor, he's got a huge cock. His wife's a bit sore.
Like, I'm just picturing
They're
these
so
fucking
funny.
English cunts, bruh, being like to their wife, oh, listen, I'm just going to go in my room and practice chants for tomorrow,
do.
bruh. And they just sit in their room and practice
They
them.
do.
I think it's fucking hilarious. But like in a good way, not like, it's such a cool sport in that sense, I reckon.
They're so
Shame
funny.
the actual the product is boring as batshit.
No, it's not.
It is. I hate to tell you, Will, it's really boring.
I've got a can I talk about something?
Yeah.
My dad was watching Farmer Wants a Wife yesterday night. I came inside, Dad's watching Farmer Wants a Wife.
We should make a show, Jeremy Wants a Vodka. It's just like all the
Jeremy
time.
wants an alcohol.
All the time your dad's stressed and we just wave a bottle of
100%.
vodka in front of him and be like, what do you reckon?
Well, I want to ask the producers how they managed to do this. Producers of Farmer Wants a Wife. How do you find...
Can I say one of the last proper love shows on television that I don't think people go on there for clout?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Well, okay, let me say what
I haven't
wanna
watched a
say
season
first.
in like 10 years, so I could be wrong.
Farmer Wants a Wife. How do you find such beautiful girls with such low self-worth that they cry over the most dead average, ugly dudes I've ever seen in my entire life? These farmers, bro, are threes at best. At best, they're threes. And these girls that are bawling their eyes out are fucking 9s plus. And I don't know if they're happy tears, but it's literally,
Well,
I'll
what's
see
the
them.
I'm sure
she'll
it would
be like,
depend on the
she'll be like,
context.
Corey, I don't know if I see a future with Corey because he's been really cold to me and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, fuck, Corey must be a catch. And then I see Corey, he's just like, yeah, nah, yeah, she's a good chick, but, yeah, just meat pie. And I might do a bit of that. And he's ugly.
He sounded it.
What the hell's going on? Who are these hot girls, bro? Farmer Wants a Wife. 2025.
Can we zoom in a bit? Please.
Top left.
Top left.
Bottom left.
Top second is like, bro, you want to be a farmer or in a boy band? Pick your fucking mind. Okay, third from the left is pretty good looking fella in the Akubra. I could see the appeal by people.
I can too, slightly. Everyone, just sorry.
So could the guy in the Flenny at the bottom.
No, bro, he's clapped.
Nah, and the mustache.
He's
They're
fucking
not bad.
clapped. Look
The
at them,
guy
bro.
bottom left, I reckon, would be. He
The
seems like
deadest
a.
yarns.
No, I reckon he seems like a great bloke.
Oh, I think worst yarns I've ever seen.
No, I reckon he looks like a great fella.
But look at these fucking blokes, and then you've got genuinely some of the most beautiful women I've ever seen, bawling their eyes out. I'm thinking, love, you're trapped in this fucking... They're so... Is that 20... Their rank. Who are they? Sorry. Who are they? Should we cut that? I think we should.
I think it's fine. Just don't put the photo up.
Yeah, don't put the photo up, please. Because that wasn't Farmer Wants a Wife.
I haven't watched the show in a long time, but I swear when I watched it when like 10 years ago or whatever, I swear the 3 seasons I saw it always ended in like them and the farmer being like, well, I can't leave my farm. And the girl being like, well, I can't leave this city. And they just both don't end up together.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
So, well, surely this is something you fucking talk about
On the first
before you
day.
make it 12
How about
weeks
on the first
in.
day?
Yeah. Hey, could you ever see yourself living out of your no?
But they're
Surely you
so
don't go on the
ugly, these
fucking
blokes.
show. You know what I mean? Like, you know, people like that, you know, are never leaving their farm. Ever. You just know they're not.
And by the way, for good, because they're doing God's work.
Fucking oath. God bless the farmers.
God bless the farmers and their rank heads and shit chat.
I reckon farmers have great chat.
You know.
How many farmers have you spoke to in your life, Will, out of curiosity?
Are you kidding me, mate? How many have you spoken to? I reckon I've spoken to way fucking more than you
No,
because
no, hang on a second. Don't get defensive. Ask a question.
I reckon tens of thousands. Tens of fucking thousands.
You've spoke to
mate.
tens of thousands of farmers.
Yes.
Where?
At my fucking school where all of them got scholarships.
Okay,
Because
so they're in
Scott's is doing
school,
good
mate. They're not
things.
fucking farmers. They're in school.
Oh, sorry, Kyle. back me up here. Scott's has the most fucking country
Okay,
fucking
that doesn't
kids.
mean they're farmers, mate. If they're going to Scott's College, they're not farming. They're living in fucking the most rich suburb in the world, arguably. Like, what?
They're still farmers, though. Like,
They're
their
borders,
families.
mate. They're borders.
Yeah, but they're not full-time farmers, bro. I'm
Their
talking
whole
full-time.
family is.
Yeah, their family.
Yeah, and then
Have
guess
you
what they
spoke to
do?
their dads?
Guess what they do? Guess what they do?
What?
Those boys. They get a degree in agriculture and science, and then they fucking go and they take over the farm from
Yes,
their dad.
now they're farmers. When you were
What?
speaking to them when you were 11, they weren't fucking
Yes,
farmers.
they were because they'd work there non-stop. They'd go to school, then in the holidays they'd go back and work.
I'm talking like a full-time running a farm.
My dad's best friend, Tomo, who I used to go to his farm all the time
Well,
and help out.
I find it hard to believe your dad would be
How
best
about this?
friends with someone who's got shit yarns.
No, he's got great yarns.
There you
Tomo's got
go.
great yarns. My whole grandma side of the family have a farm in Wellington. That's their job. They're cattle farmers. That's
Shit
what
yarns.
they do. No, they got good yarns.
So you're just proving my point.
No, but I'm talking these cunts have shit yarns on Farmer Wants to
Well,
Live.
I don't watch them, so I couldn't tell you. But I think farmers are quite funny people. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I think you've got this idea of anyone who loves cricket, farm, anything like Australian.
So all farmers love cricket.
No, you've got this thing of all like people who love cricket are considered quite Australian. You know what I mean?
Nope.
And then farmers are quite
India.
Australian. Okay, when you say you think people who like cricket are the worst people, you're not referring to Indians, mate. You're talking about Australian
I've
people.
never said people who like cricket are the worst people.
Yes, you have.
No, I said cricket's got the shittest yarns.
Righto. Fuck, I was going to say something about the farmer thing.
No, it's all right, dude. It's fine. They've got all shit yarns.
What was I going to say? You cunt.
Except for every farmer that I have spoken to has had great yarns.
There you go. So I think it's a preconceived thing
All
in your
right,
head.
well, you got me.
But you're good. I'm training for a half marathon.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I want to do.
Are you so the boredom at the Central Coast rises and rises to
No,
what's
because I
the
was
next
running
challenge?
well before the Central Coast.
No, but
I think it's good to set a challenge for yourself.
is that 20 kilometers?
21, I think. 21 and a bit.
Fuck that.
But how good would you feel when you do it?
Oh, if you make it.
So, yeah, if you make it. Something to work towards. Something to
How
train
long?
for.
What's the time?
I don't really give it. I'm sure I'll have a time in my head when I go into it, but I'm sure I won't really give
No,
a
you
fuck
won't.
when
Because
I'm
I reckon
going.
you're just going to wake up one day and go, all right, I'm going to do it today.
No, because I'm going to do it. So this is the thing. Last week, I said to Kyle and Tobler, do you want to run a half marathon with me? There's one the day before Tobler's birthday near his house. And Tobler goes, yeah, I'll fucking do it. And Kyle's like, yeah, let's do it. Anyway, I get home and I'm like, okay, it's, I think, 11 weeks away or something. And I haven't run the last 3 weeks because my heart's been fucking up. Anyway, my heart's all good now. Doctor said you're a sick cunt. Get on your way. So I was like, maybe I push back like a month just so I can just cruise into it. So that's when I was planning on doing it. But then I get to the studio today and Tobler comes up to me all happy going, brother, I booked my ticket. Have you got yours yet?
Shit.
So I have to do that one now.
Of course you do.
I have to
Support
do
your
that one.
mates.
Yeah. That's the one I have to do. When in reality, I was going to do another one, but now I feel bad because Tobler's bought his fucking
What
ticket.
was your other one you were going to do?
The Sydney half marathon.
Ooh.
A couple weeks later.
So is that just the Deros that can't really, like, do a full one?
Don't know.
Or do you think there are still some goats that are rocking up?
Well, I'm sure there'd be some goats rocking up as part of their training. It wouldn't probably be their, you know what I mean, what it is to me.
And what do you mean buy a
probably
ticket?
walking
Sorry,
up-
what do you mean buy a ticket?
Like, you got to buy a ticket, like register. It's like an official event. You know what
Can't
I
I
mean?
just rock up and run?
Nah.
How?
You got to like sign up.
How do
and
they
register.
monitor that?
Well, you got to get checked off and have a bib.
What?
Yeah.
What if I just run just slightly outside of the track?
Well, there would be like a crowd and shit there, I'd assume.
I'll knock them over.
You wouldn't knock over shit, mate.
I'll fucking knock over the fucker. I'll bulldoze the
You
cunts.
wouldn't do shit. No, you
You
sign
got to
up,
pay to
you get-
run. You got to pay to run.
Yes, you pay to be part of the event.
That is the worst use of money I've ever heard of. Paying to do a marathon. That's like paying to get a dominatrix to sit on my balls for 45
I reckon
minutes.
paying for your boyfriend's frights, even though you don't want him to come to London's a pretty bad use of money.
Frights or
I reckon-
flights?
I reckon if I had to pick one, that'd be up there. I reckon flying a guy from London to Scotland, and as soon as you landed, you posted an Instagram private story being like, how do I tell this cunt to get the fuck out of my bed? I reckon that's a pretty bad use of money. A lot more money than it cost to run a little half mara.
True. Yeah. I got no comeback to that. I don't have a single comeback to that. Those did happen. But you know what I learned? I've learned and grown. So maybe it was a good use of money because I've grown as a character, as a person.
That's good.
I'm learning.
That's good. But nah, so I think I'm gonna have to do the August one, Tobbs? I can't dog ya. Yeah. So I have to.
You have to. It's fucked.
August 24th it is.
Show me the cost. Go down.
Beach to beach.
$75. That's not bad.
How many weeks is that?
That's fucking 1 meal on
Because I
Uber
went
Eats
for a
these
5.5
days.
kilometre run yesterday and the legs were fucking sore after it because I haven't run in 3 weeks. The legs were sore. I'll say that. Level, that's more than enough, eh? That's plenty.
No.
Can you look up average time, Kyle?
Can I do the 3 kilometre one?
You can do what you want. Why don't you? That would be hilarious content. See how far you can get in the half marathon. You might be able to just run it.
What a pathetic loser doing the 3K one.
Why? Good on him.
No, fuck him.
The average time for a half marathon is generally considered to be around 2 hours and 15 minutes.
I'm not doing that.
Do you reckon I can get under 2.5 hours? What kilometre splits that?
2.5 hours divided by
Go, Kyle.
21
Math it up, daddy.
kilometres.
Math that shit, daddy.
Surely I get under 7 Ks an hour.
That was 7-minute Ks.
7-minute Ks. I reckon that's what I'll average.
That's fucking pretty quick.
I don't think so. Cunts run marathons.
Really? Oh my God.
I've got a lot of fucking kilos to carry, you know what I mean? Look up what's the average half marathon time for someone over 100 kilos.
I ran 2 kilometers the other day at the gym. 4-minute 59 kilometer pace. Get on my level.
For beginners, a time under 3 hours is considered good. There you go. It's a lot of weight on these fucking legs.
Good on you, Pat. This is really good. I wish I had this sort of sense of like self-improvement.
8.5-minute Ks.
Yeah, I get that. I'll get that. There's just you and your fucking feet blister and shit, but my shoes will be worn in by then. I've been running in these new shoes and my feet are fucking
Not a good look,
sore, bro. Like my toes have got blisters. Everywhere's got fucking blisters.
Can I just say one thing right now?
Uncomfortable. Like, oh.
Just for the record, because I know I get bullied a lot for when I wear bad stuff. Those are just some of the worst shoes I've ever seen.
Yeah, but they're not to be stylish.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. But did you purposely buy the shittest shoes you could find?
No, I purposely bought what was considered a good shoe for somebody who's had multiple foot surgeries, who's got a wide foot, who needs some cushioning and support.
So if that said on it, daddy, like daddy's boy or something, would you have gotten them?
You know what? I might actually get that custom made now you've said it. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, because there would have had to have been a little bit of like which shoe looks good.
I don't think this looks bad at all. I don't think this is like, for a running shoe, I don't think it's an ugly shoe. If I wore this with a pair of jeans, of course, I'd look like a fucking kook. But that's not what I'm wearing. I walked here from Botany today, so I'm dressed up in my fucking
From Botany.
things, yeah.
Good walk.
Walked here from my sister's house.
Can I sound like a dumb fuckwit?
Because your shoes is
Are
just
awesome.
a bit of fishnet.
They're experimental.
And I would argue these are better than your fucking Nike running shoes you came in the other day.
Well, these are Nikes.
With the pride flag swished across the side of them.
That's the volleys, and it's fucking Pride Month. So go on, talk about Pride again. What do you want to say?
I said it's got the pride flag swished against the side of it.
Yeah, but you're talking about negatives, and then you've used the Pride flag. Did you hear that, Kyle?
No.
I was explaining.
No.
I was explaining what the
No.
shoe was, and I thought, no, you know what it was?
Go.
I was going to say the rainbow, and then I thought, you know what? It is Pride Month, so I'm going to bring awareness to it. And I'm going to, instead of just saying rainbow, I'll say the pride flag
Good
to
on
bring
you.
awareness to it.
Good on you. Thank you. That means a lot to us.
I'll say this as well, sorry, just while we're on that. It's also Men's Mental Health Month, and if you're one of those fucking people So I saw a video of someone being like, it's Pride Month. I think they may have been a part of that community. And then someone commented, no, it's
Sorry,
not.
wait. That community.
Like the LGBTQI plus community. And then someone commented, no, it's not. It's Men's Mental Health Month. And it's like, if you actually cared about men's mental health, you wouldn't be diminishing the fact that it's also Pride Month. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's
I just
the
want to
world
say that.
hates the gays. But
Let's
thank
just
you, Pat.
it can be both, you know?
Fucking oath, it can be both.
It can be both. And it's not a competition of what one's more important. It's both their months, mate. And mental health affects that community more than others statistically. So you could
Pat
fucking
loves
think
his
about
fucking
that.
stats, cunt. You know
I
what
do
else?
love my stats.
You know what else we love? I didn't realize this. Call up the Dumbo squad
That's us.
because you're looking at a new member. I didn't realize that anyone can just use ChatGPT.
Brother, it has been my
thought-
best fucking friend for the last 10 days.
Bro, I discovered it 12 days ago. I Googled ChatGPT.
He's unbelievable.
And a website came up and I went, this isn't actually ChatGPT.
It's it.
And I fucking click on it and it's ChatGPT.
Bro, I
Bro.
use it for everything.
Bro, I thought it was like Adobe where you had to buy it for a year and only certain computers could handle it. My fucking phone can use ChatGPT.
Steve
cunt.
Jobs, brother, he wants us to have
Oh,
it.
let me say this right now. Siri, you're a useless slag. How's that?
I reckon Siri is AI, though. So technically she's ChatGPT.
Yeah, no, but bro, who was going to tell me you can just use ChatGPT to make images and shit? You
Yeah.
can say make it. What?
Brother.
What the hell is going on?
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell, auntie?
but-
What the hell, Brown James?
So you're like, I was like, surely I'm not the only one that thought
No, I
ChatGPT
knew-
was this unusable thing. And I'd ask my friends, can you ChatGPT this? And they'd be like, okay. And I'd be like, thank you.
Yeah. No, I knew you could use it. I just didn't know the potential it had. So I knew you could just go on and use it.
Dude, it
but the
is
last
like
10 days, bro, I've been using it for everything.
The way you can break things down is crazy.
It's nuts.
You can be like, what are the top 10 best things to put in a horror movie? And it'll
Yeah.
rank it.
Dude, I made a rice pudding the other night. I put into there, I've got 530 calories left. I want to target protein and carbs. What should I make? And it gave me a list of all these things that you could make from home. And I was like, fuck, rice pudding looks good. And then I tweaked however I wanted to make it. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
You put in anything, bro. I wonder how, like, you can put in, write me a eating program, a training like, you can do it all. I'd love to wonder how good it would be if someone followed it. You know what I mean?
Mate. Oh, mate. It's crazy. I was modding a game, right? A specific game using a specific mod, and it was fucking taking so long. It took me like 6 hours to figure out. And then I chat GPT'd, how do I manually install this mod? And it fucking gave me the points.
Ask about how to set up your fucking VR porno.
Yeah, I
things you
need
got.
to set that up as well. It's fucking pissing me off, bro, that I
Ask
haven't got it yet.
ChatGPT.
It's pissing me off.
Imagine you could you type it in, and they're like, try this, and if it doesn't work, we can send over a ChatGPT robot for $50 to pick it up.
That's
and
what I
there's
want.
a knock at your door. Hello, William. I'm here to set it up. And you walk in and it sets it up for you.
Crazy stuff. Thank you, ChatGPT, for my whole life.
That's very modern, right? Something that's not modern and been around for a while is a good old fucking documentary. A good classic documentary that you wake up after falling asleep to it going, fuck, can't wait to get back into bed tonight and continue that documentary.
I love that feeling.
And that's what I had for 3 to 4 nights in a row.
Oh, good
watching
on
the
you.
Osama bin Laden documentary.
Oh, my sister and mum watched it.
Holy fuck. So it's on Netflix. And it's not a doco on Osama. It's a doco on how they caught him. You know what I mean? And look, I'll say this. You know I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but if there's a conspiracy I stick with, well, it's the Megalodon, but that's not a conspiracy because it's true that it's alive. But about 9/11 being an inside job.
Yes.
And I was pretty, if gun to my head, what would I pick? I was leaning towards, listen, I think Bush did a bit of dirty.
We've spoken about it on the
We've
pod.
spoken about it plenty. After watching this documentary,
They've brainwashed you again.
George Bush, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Sorry to the Bush family.
Wow.
I'm sorry to everyone else I accuse of being inside job. I walked away from this doco going, fuck, it was Osama, bruh.
You sure?
You can never be sure. But, oh my God, it was so good, cunt. The fucking resources and, like, the way they, like, I don't want to give it away, but, like,
I'll give it away. They killed him.
Yeah, but everyone knows they killed him. But, like, the lengths, the way they determined it was him and the way they found him and tracked him down and, like, just the years and years and years of fucking work that went into it was crazy. It is such a good documentary.
Later, Osama, you got dumped in the ocean, you fucking gronk.
He did. I didn't know that.
Fucking
He got
dumped
dumped
in
so
the
they
ocean.
couldn't put a mural up.
Yeah, you gronk.
Reckon he got mauled?
By Meg.
I reckon sharks wouldn't have even touched him, the scummy cunt.
Yuck.
Puh. Full piece. But, yeah, bro, you got to watch. Has anyone seen it? Have you seen it, Kyle?
Nah. I've heard very good things, though.
Well, yeah, you guys have to watch it. Like, have to watch it. It's crazy. And it's crazy to think, so, like, they're talking about, like, undercover, like, spies almost, like, going into there. So there'd just be spies, like, walking around us, eh?
No.
You reckon?
Have you ever met a spy, do you reckon?
Well, you don't know. I reckon I've walked past one on the street. And I don't mean a spy like a fucking private detective figuring out if Tom's cheating on his fucking Cheryl wife, you know what I mean? Like, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a proper fucking, like, somebody working for another government from another country living here.
Like a Russian sleeper agent?
Yeah. Like a KGB agent among the streets or like a...
Shit, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you wouldn't know because they're that good at their job. Imagine Kyle was a spy.
2 Chinese spies got arrested from the army the other day. And they were like 18.
In our army?
Yeah.
No way.
Wait, but how were they in our army?
What do you mean? Like they're undercover spies. Like no one knew. And
How?
then they got found out.
But were they Australian citizens? What?
Yeah.
So they were born here?
I don't know.
So their parents must have been like, let's fucking make kids to make spies.
Because to be in the you got to be a citizen to be in our army, do you not? Surely.
2 of them as well. That's fucking
18 years old.
double the trouble, lad.
Who were they? What were their names?
I'm trying to find it.
A million?
Million. Surely they're
Wait.
not training him that well, bruh.
How many people are in Russia?
Yeah. What? You thought there was less than 1 million people?
No,
in
but
Russia?
I'm saying it would be like, that's like 10.
I would have thought there'd be like 250 million people in Russia. Is
I
that
would
too
say
many?
more. I was thinking like half a bill.
And this is where Cody tells us how many.
Yeah.
140 mil.
Okay.
Okay, so
One in every 14.
1.4% people? 10?
1 in every 14 people.
So what percentage is
One
that?
in every 140 people.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
What percentage is that?
Like 0.7%.
Why 7?
It doesn't make sense. Has to be 14, does it not? Or 1.4?
0.7%.
What makes?
So nearly 1% of the population were KGB agents, bro. What the fuck?
What are you reporting on?
Us.
Can I give you? You got to watch Chernobyl.
Hang on,
bro.
we need to know. I want to know who these cunts were, bro.
Chinese spies. You can't even Google it. They can't even. We can't even find them.
I can't find them.
So
Well,
they're
there you
just
go.
myths. They're done, gone, dead.
It's spooky, bro. You got to watch this doco. You have to.
You got to watch Chernobyl.
I've seen the first bit of Chernobyl. I really want to watch Mobland.
Oh, you'd love that.
Apparently, it's
It
the
looks
best
so
TV
you.
show. So, Tiana's friend, my friend too now, she was like, oh, you guys have to watch Mobland. So we put it on, and then we fell asleep. We're like, fuck, it's so good. And Tiana kept being like, I don't think Demi would really like this. Like, it's weird she recommended it. And then the next night, we went to put it on again, and I was like, oh, it says it's a movie. And Tiana's like, no, it's a TV show. I was like, no, look, it says we finished the movie. And we'd watched the wrong Mobland.
God, like, come on. You got to have a bit of brain
Not really.
power.
When you get told watch Mobland and you search up Mobland and that pops up,
No,
bro,
when they say watch Mobland, it's the best TV show.
Yeah.
And then the second you see movie, you go, it's probably not this.
Yeah, but I didn't see movie in the beginning, obviously.
So there was a movie from, did you see what year it was made?
Yeah, it was recent. It was got fucking, who's the cunt from Greece in it? John Travolta.
Was in this movie called Mobland.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I don't know.
Good movie, bruh. Great movie. But apparently the TV show's even better.
I'm going to Google Mobland John Travolta.
Why do you think I'm lying?
No, I don't think you're lying.
Dude, what are you trying to find out?
I'm just trying to find out what year it came out.
I reckon 2024. Maybe even 2025.
2023.
2023.
Yeah. 2023, it's got 47% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Fucks I give. It was a great movie.
Do you not think you'd go, this movie with John Travolta probably isn't the TV show that's come out this year? That's just...
Why would I think it's not?
Because it... What do you
Why
mean?
would I think it's not, but?
Well, because it's a different actor, it's a different movie.
Yeah, but no one
it's a
said, hey,
different
watch
genre.
Mobland with the fucking, whoever the actor is.
Tom Hardy.
I didn't know it had Tom Hardy in it.
I just think, like...
That's not a bad mistake to make, bro.
I find it quite mind-blowing.
Yeah, but if someone goes, watch Mobland, you open it up. You
Watch
don't
the
look at
show
what
Mobland.
year, you don't look at what year. You don't look if it's you just assume, it's called Mobland. There's not many duplicates in the television world. If someone said put on The Simpsons, you're like, it's The Simpsons.
No, I think you'd be like, this isn't a TV show.
No. Where I would say was that thing where I watched that whole movie thinking it was insomnia, but it was actually amnesia. And the cunt was sleeping, and I was like, well, he obviously doesn't have insomnia, but it has actually had amnesia and he couldn't remember. That's pretty bad.
No, that's borderline.
But the TV show's
like-
I don't think this is a big deal.
Well, look, we can argue all we want about movie, about TV show. I'll tell you what, speaking of movies, we're not going to be arguing.
Not tonight.
After tonight.
Ding, ding.
We've brought it up briefly before, but I'm going to let Pat maybe just go into what the dream components of his movie would be. If they sat Pat Clifton down...
It's huge.
And they said, Pat, here's $100 million. We're going to use this to make your dream movie. What is the movie about?
I'd pick up the suitcase and I'd walk out with the money. But if there was a contract where I couldn't, it would be about murder, serial killer, and it would be about sharks.
But would it they're genuinely...
Yeah, the third component I'd like to
Snow.
add in is snow, but it would kind of counteract it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And it would be, I wouldn't want snow because it's like I don't want it to be set in like frozen land and there's sharks under the water.
unless-
it's the perfect.
Unless the whole film is like him on the water and then he retreats to his like, hideout, and his hideout is in the snow
That'd
for
be
the
pretty cool.
for the finale.
That'd be pretty cool.
But regardless,
if you're going to pair the two together, it's serial killer and it's shark.
your two favorite types of movies.
Yeah, I love it. I fucking love them. I love shit underwater. Like I watched a movie the other day, these two girls.
47 meters down.
Great movie, wasn't that bad? Like they go scuba diving
And
together
one of them
and
gets
one
stuck
gets
under the thing. Great movie.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I think it was dubbed and like it's all, and
No, it was English.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it was. It was called Breath or something.
I thought it was called Dive.
Dive. Yeah, it's called Dive. It's in
Anyway,
English.
like I'm just sick for movies like that. I'm sick for movies where they go hiking in like climbing Mount Everest and something goes wrong, like all that shit. Love them.
Wait, sorry, you thought an English movie was dubbed?
Yeah.
See, like, come on. Like,
What? Get the trailer up, bro.
don't get the trailer
No, get the trailer up because I'm sure
you're gonna
it's
look
dubbed.
fucking so
I'm sure
dumb.
it's dubbed, bro. I know dubbed. Trust me. I'm sure
Ha.
it's dubbed.
That's the movie, Dive.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, this.
Right now is Mom, actually. She's doing good. I thought you might want to know.
Yeah.
No, don't me, mate.
I still get a bit nervous every time.
Fuck, I'd
It
love
does give a
close
bit
up.
of a dub vibe, eh? It does.
They're English.
Lead. I follow.
They're speaking English.
Yeah, that's what dubbed is, you dickhead.
The actors are speaking English.
Well, anyway, it doesn't really matter. I thought it was dubbed.
Great movie, though.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
No sharks, but.
Nah. But it was good.
Now, someone heard Pat's cries because there's a movie called Dangerous Animals that we're seeing tonight about a shark-obsessed serial killer that kills people by feeding them to his sharks.
And just when you thought it couldn't get more perfect, it is the most perfect movie length you could get.
What is it?
I think it's an hour 30.
I
think it's an hour 38, so you allow 8 minutes for the credits, which is a perfect movie should be an hour 30 on the dot.
Kyle, can you confirm us the length of the film?
Hour 33.
Oh my God, bro. You know that Family Guy meme where the cunt's jizzed everywhere, or South Park? That's
South
me
Park.
right now.
Yeah.
That is me.
And
City.
there's a shot of the Gold Coast in... Dude, I think it takes place off the shore of the Gold Coast.
It's crazy.
Like, it literally is Pat's dream movie. And, dude, we were texting about it last night. I'm genuinely
The Gold Coast make good movies. They made that one where there was a tsunami and
Love
the shark
it,
got
Bait.
trapped in the...
Great film.
I was there when they were filming it.
I know you've said that a lot.
It was my claim to fame, mate. What else do you want me to say? Not much else I've done in life.
I'm kind of trembling with excitement for this.
I'm so excited that I've blocked it out. You know when you really want something to come and you're like Christmas as a kid, you know what I mean? And you can't sleep and stuff. That's what it's been like for me for this movie. So I've genuinely blocked it out and I'm acting like I'm not going so it comes quicker.
Can I ask one thing, Pat? Because this will upset me if the answer's no. Have you allowed yourself some calories for a bit of popcorn?
Yeah, I'm going to get some cobs.
Oh, come on, bro. Get a bit of Hoyt's popcorn.
Nah, because I've done my meal prep and I've allowed for my cows. I'm just going to do some cobs.
That is so upsetting.
So I can get a way bigger serving, bro.
Mate, than the extreme popcorn.
The extreme popcorn, I couldn't even fit in my daily calories, bro. Are you kidding me? You know how big that thing is?
Well, look, anyway, we're going tonight. Tiana's coming.
We'll do a live reaction after it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do a little movie vlog.
Yeah, I think so. Squid Game season 3. I'm not interested in Squid. June 27th. I'm not
Friday,
interested.
June 27?
Yeah.
Like 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Fucking
Season
hectic.
2 was that shit.
Yeah.
Season 2 was terrible.
It was. It pissed me off that I hate when TV shows split the seasons up. Also, you
So
can't call
lame.
it season 3. It's season 2, part 2.
No, they're calling it 3. Season 2 was a fucking joke.
A season has to have a definitive ending.
100% it does.
And that didn't. That just stopped. They were just like, you know what? Stop. We'll split it in half.
So lame.
You fucking cunt.
And now there's no hype around it.
0. I can't believe that it's coming out then. Any update on when Outer Banks is coming out? Because that last season was horrible.
No shit.
Absolutely horrible. It's gone from one of the greatest TV shows to ever grace the earth to one of the worst seasons. The downfall has to be studied.
What season are we up to?
Season 5, I think.
Fucking hell.
Late 2025 or early 2026?
This is what I want to know, Will. So someone like that, right? Sarah Cameron, who's Madeline Klein.
Yeah.
That kind of blew her up, that show. So they wouldn't have paid her much and everything like that. Now, to get her in a normal TV show would probably cost a mozza. Is there a thing of loyalty where she does it for a bit cheaper? Or like is it because the show's
she
probably
signs
made a lot of money?
She signs a contract for 1 season at Netflix for Outer Banks. And then when season 2 happens, because that usually it's only 1 season, then season 2 gets greenlit and she'll go, Sarah, whatever, Madeline Klein's managers will be like, all right, you want her for season 2? You got to pay a fuck ton more because we know that it's really successful now.
Right. So they've also got the money because it was so successful to get another season.
Yeah, and then they'll pay them even more. And then it's like, all right, then they'll be like, okay, we've been greenlit for 2 more seasons, so we want her for both of those seasons. So let's say she gets like $500,000 for the first season. Second season's like immediately like probably like 3 or 4 mil. And then after that, it would be like 3 or 4 mil. It would be like 6 mil or something like that. It'd be something fucking insane. Yeah.
Wow.
But, for example, something like the Harry Potter show, the HBO Harry Potter show, those little kids that just got cast as Harry, Ron, and Hermione, because they've already been greenlit for 10 seasons.
Be a bit
Max,
back-ended.
I don't know if they've been greenlit for 10 seasons, if they have or not, but they're going for 10 seasons. So they probably signed a 10-season contract because that way Max is going to save way more money. So their deal probably is
It'll be
not
back-ended, though.
great. No, not really. TV show,
100%,
you
bro.
get...
There's no way they're making the same for season 1 as season 10.
Yeah, they would be in that deal. And then they would probably be... That's how it would work. Yes.
No.
That-
I reckon they'd get paid like, say, 100,000 for the first season, and by the end, like $1 million or some shit.
No. That's what happens when shows get greenlit like season by season when the popularity grows. But because this is Harry Potter...
Yeah, but surely they can be like, listen, bro, it's Harry Potter cut. It's going to be fucking huge. I'm not getting paid peanuts for all of it.
Then they'll go, okay, we'll go find another little boy that wants to be Harry Potter.
Sure.
But like by that admission, yeah, like, look, bro, it's Harry Potter. This is going to be huge. We know you can give us more money. But they would go back and say, yeah, it's Harry Potter. We can give you whatever the fuck we want. You should want to do this.
Fair.
God protect those poor children. God, their life is going to be fucked.
Oh, they're going to be just blow up overnight, eh? How old are they?
11.
Jesus
They're the
Christ.
sweetest looking little kid. They're going to be fucking dealt the abuse and just harassment they're going to go through. Their life is going to be so sad.
It's going to be wild. Righto.
Wild.
What?
It's going to be awful.
Yeah, wild. You wild ride. Hotlines. Did we get any of my prompt?
Yeah, we got one.
Hell yeah.
Hi, boys. Long-time listener, long-time fan.
Long time sick.
And I'm in the Facebook group, right? And I
Want a
have
medal?
a bit of a pickle. I think I might be crushing on Mufasa. I don't know. Like, we've interacted a little bit in the chats. He wouldn't know me from a bar of soap, mate. But I need your advice on how I should, like, slowly be like, hey, you know, please help me out. A girl's just trying to find love. Thank you.
Huge.
Well, you've done it.
This is crazy.
Let your name be known.
Yeah, let it be known.
Well, Mustafa, ball's in your court.
Ball is in your court, Mustafa. She's put herself out there. Listen, dare I say I should have some competition?
100% she would.
Mustafa wants a wife.
Boom.
Boom. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe Mustafa wants a husband. Maybe Mustafa's got a wife.
Hey boys, love the pod. I'm listening to the episode right now about Pat going in goals for ice hockey. So I actually play that position and it's really hard. However, being bigger and like taller helps. There definitely is a team in Sydney. But I reckon you should hit up like the local league. Like, I don't really know what it's called, but just like search like senior ice hockey or something and fucking go down. They should have gear that you can just try on and use. I would love to see it. You have to make a YouTube video of it. Anyways, love the pod. Let's oach!
Let's
oach.
I did message one and they said the rink's under renovation and I've messaged a couple others. But dare I say there's not many ice hockey teams in Sydney from what I've seen. But we are trying to do it. We are trying to do it.
Untangling the wires, are we?
No, mate. I'm fucking tangling him.
What? What?
Cut that one, eh?
I don't get it. No, leave it in. I just don't get it. It's quite funny, though.
Hey, boys. I'm here with my story of putting someone on hold and someone saying something fucked on the other end because they didn't think I could hear. I used to work at Officeworks in print and copy, and this old guy called up asking if it was okay if he could print out photos of his recently dead wife. There were photos of like an open casket funeral, and apparently some other places didn't let him print it. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to check with my managers. Instead of putting him on hold, I just muted him because I would do that sometimes. So he didn't know I could hear him on the other end, and he starts going, wait till they find out what else I'm going to print. And you best believe I hung up. He tried to call back. I just ignored it.
No, you.
Literally did not want to see that man in my store.
Why?
It was terrifying.
I need to know what he was going to
I
print.
need to know
bro.
what he was going to print. That's serial killer shit. I
I
thought
was
it was going
thinking
to go.
cockpits.
Wait till I find out that I'm the one that sat on her face and killed her. That's awesome. Movie
Yeah, you
idea.
have to go
Movie
through with
idea. Movie idea.
What was that movie with Robin Williams and he's the camera person?
Yeah, he prints off photos.
Great fucking movie.
1 hour
1 hour
photo.
Great fucking film.
Hey guys, I was the girl who called up about her ex-boyfriend having the pig flashlight.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You wanted to know more?
Oink, oink.
Turns out, I found this out afterwards. His other girlfriend had bought it for him. I don't know why. I don't know the context of that, but he's such a cheapskate that he wouldn't buy it himself.
Wait, so he was cheating on you?
And when we were fighting about it, he actually said, well, if you see me use it, I don't think you'll be so mad, like thinking that he could seduce me with the pig flashlight. It definitely broke down our relationship. I don't know why I didn't break up with him. He told me he'd get rid of it. I know for a fact he didn't, though. But yeah, I don't know, dude. He had 2 other girlfriends, 2 other whole relationships, and we were dating for 6 years. Anyways.
What the fuck?
Should I call Tiana right now and say I want to buy a pig flashlight?
Yeah, do it. Do it. But she'd know you're recording.
No, because we normally record at 4.
Oh, yeah, do it.
No message can be left on.
Next one.
Hey guys, I'm just calling about the non-caller ID bit. I use that, but only to call my ex-boyfriend every couple of weeks, just to, I don't know, harass him a little bit. But
Exactly.
I also use it because it overrides. If someone blocks your number, you can still call them. Like,
Exactly.
If that makes sense.
It should be
overrides
banned.
which has worked handy in many cases. But love you guys, bye.
You thank you for showing us exactly why it should be banned. Thanks everyone for listening to the podcast. Take care, good luck, arigato gozaimasu, bean spillers. We're going for it.